Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of ERP. That's right, ERP, three little letters that stands for tonight, Eric's Rent-A-Pirate, who's also our sponsor. Prices are so low, they should be in Davy Jones' locker.
Oh my god, I love it. It hurts, but I love it. I'm done.
Oh, man. I don't know where that came from, but I'm glad it came.
That's
Picking
nice.
Picking up where we last left off. The Devil's Advocates, after attending the birthday party of one Orville Snedius, separated, with Zane staying at home and the other four members of the party heading off to the tavern for a nice restful night with their bellies full of cake and their minds full of their forgotten ancestors. Unfortunately, in the evening, little Orville passed away. And in the morning, as Zane sat in front of his friend's grave, he felt a hand on his shoulder, which, due to a roll of a D100, turned out to be Victor Latimer, pushing Zane to follow his instruction. Interrupted by his father and Latimer disappearing, Zane welcomed Alastair to the Snedius household. They discussed the unfortunate passing of the little dog, and Alastair returned to the rest of the party and relayed the somber news. The rain that particular day, however, Alastair, you noted, was getting more and more severe, more otherworldly. And Zane, remembering that Latimer had mentioned that something was coming for Mo, you all banded together to try and figure out what to do just in time to be visited by an old friend. Now, for those who are watching this on YouTube or watching the stream, the Shadarkai Philip, which is a name he gave himself, is a character from pre-stream. And there will be a video someday explaining these characters that happened before the stream and before the YouTube videos. Philip, understanding that something was coming, something that he seemed to have knowledge of, offered an escape for the Devil's Advocates and promptly opened a portal to hide them in what turned out to be the Shadowfell. After getting along with the locals, some of them gave you guys quite the hug, Philip returned you back to the Prime Material Plane in a short trip, short adventure, 20 minutes, in and out, which, as you quickly found out, landing in the Snedius dining room, has a time dilation. And that exactly 27 minutes that you spent in the Shadowfell equated to 9 weeks on the Prime Material Plane. So, Devil's Advocates, this is where you find yourself today. You now are standing in the familiar Snedius dining room. There's a very wonderful warm light coming through the window, and judging from the temperature inside the house and the fact that the windows are open, there's beautiful flowers, you can now discern that for the players, what will be considered summer, it is now the season of growing. Zane, you find yourself being embraced by your mother, who's crying. She kind of leans back. She's looking at you and she goes, "Did you know where you were going?"
Of course not. No, I would have told you.
She's kind of looking at the rest of you. She kind of steps back and she kind of looks at you and notices that you have several large puncture wounds on your person. And then kind of leans back, looks at Zane, goes, "What happened?"
Philip.
Philip? Who the fuck is Philip?
That's what I'd like to know.
He's a Shadarkai. It's a
He's a
long story.
Fucking asshole.
You said 9 weeks, right?
Give or take. About 9 weeks.
Quirin. We have a problem. Hmm.
9 weeks. Problem. Oh. Oh, have you heard any word from Swordbreak?
Actually, yes. There's a wonderful play being put on. Actually, it's drawing quite the attention of the kingdom. But
Just a
other
play?
than that, yeah, just a play.
Chaos, monsters, nothing like that?
That's what the play's about.
Ironic.
Shit. Yep,
We
I
need to
believe
find our cart.
Yeah, we need to go.
Ugh.
Zane, your mom kind of steps back and goes, "So you're just leaving again, then?"
The people in Swordbreak are in danger, and we're the only ones that can help them right now.
She kind of looks out the window to the backyard. She looks back to you. Just promise me you're going to be the man that Orville thought you were.
Of course.
Well, at least this time we know you're not dead. Arthur, do you have anything you want to say to your son? And Zane, your older spitting image kind of stands up. Kind of looks at you and goes, "You're gonna do more than I ever did. Just make sure that you come back to take care of us and protect us from whatever you were warning us about."
And I nod.
Your mom kind of goes back to the ice box, which, may I add, is brand new. You don't recognize this particular piece of technology that your parents have put in their home, but it's large and it's copper. And as they open it, there appears to be actual almost slats that slide in. That as she opens the door, give off a kind of a cold mist. And she kind of takes out a plate. She begins wrapping something in paper. She hands it to you and says, "It's a blueberry cake. Just for the road."
Thank you, I say, and I take it.
Yeah, make sure you put that in your inventory.
Blueberry cake?
Blueberry cake, 7 servings.
Delightful.
She looks at you, Quirin. "You're usually pretty stoic, and you seem shaken.
Giant frog monsters.
You don't need to explain any more than that. Just looks at Zane. If he's worried, we're worried. Go."
Rushing out the door.
All right,
Follow
Quirin's
him.
out the door. Mo's out the door. For the rest.
I'll awkwardly wave and follow behind.
Master's out the door.
I'm out the door.
Zaz's out the door.
I want to hug my parents and leave then.
Give your parents a hug. Your dad holds on for maybe just a little bit longer than is comfortable. And you head out the door. Where are you guys going?
Where we left the cart.
So, I need you guys, because you haven't given much thought to the card, I need you guys to make just a general intelligence check.
All of us?
Yes, all of you.
Oh boy. Okay.
Fuck, I forgot to copy paste my roll.
Oh,
And I'm in random font. That doesn't help.
10.
ooh.
Please
Good
don't tell me
roll
I'm
for
the
11.
largest with 12. Please don't do this to me. Okay, perfect.
20!
20. Okay. Give me 2 seconds here. That's funny. That was almost really bad, guys. That's funny. So as you begin running, you guys get about halfway through the park, and the four who left first, you all kind of pause and you look at each other with a
Dude,
look
where's
of,
my cart?
where the fuck did we park the cart? Zane, you remember that the cart was taken by you remember them mentioning that the cart was taken by the tavern and is housed next door.
Okay, I relay that information.
Okay, Zane, can I get you to make a perception check, please?
Perception. Okay. Come on. Oh, no, wrong. Hold on.
Oh, add with your plus. Okay, I'll take the second roll, but
Oh, sorry.
it's fine. It's all right. You relay this information. You kind of look over into the park, and you see Faith there, playing with Lucky. And there's a human male with her.
Oof.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I waved her in a friendly manner.
She doesn't see you.
Oh, well then I keep going then.
Okay. So at this point, you guys are heading back to the High Hopes Tavern?
Yes.
Affirmative.
All right. Okay. You're at the tavern. It's business as usual. There seems to be kind of an older, kind of surlier looking tiefling at the desk. At the bar, I mean.
Do you remember us?
Kind of looks at you and goes, "No, not really. Why, should I?
Why does the tiefling sound like that?
Because this is how he talks."
That's how it talks.
We left the cart in storage a couple weeks ago.
You guys have rooms too?
We did.
Do.
Oh. Right.
Excellent. We've been talking about what to do with your cart and your horses. It's getting to the point where you guys weren't coming back. You know, we lost a lot of money.
Well, how much is it going to be to cover our expenses?
Give me 1 second. He kind of walks to the back and you can kind of hear. He kind of comes back. He's holding a piece of paper. He goes, "All right, well, it says here you're using our stables with the horses, 2 horses, for 10 weeks. That's a respectable amount of time. You must like it here. That'll be 50 gold pieces, as well as, it'll be 48 gold pieces for the rooms that we're in holding. So 90 gold pieces in total.
Sure, here's 100.
All right. I'll pass the word back. You guys can have your card, I guess. Just give him this slip of paper, and he kind of signs it for a second, puts a red X, and hands it to you. And hands it to you, Will Aster, because you're the one that paid him. And it just appears to be a ledger, more or less, and you see the itemization of how much you accrued in fees. So, go ahead.
Is this like the... You said it was just the barkeep, not like the owner of the establishment, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. I'm good.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
Let's-
Go back to the guard.
How do you
All
feel?
right.
Is there anything we need to purchase in town before we head out?
Food for the road?
Rations. Is there anything anybody's low on? Arrows, potions?
No.
No. All right. Yeah. If we could, somebody go off and find rations or something. I mean, I could purify food, but I can't make it. So. But in the meantime, let's go get the cart.
All right. So with that, Alastair, you kind of lead them around the side, and there's a fairly simple stables attached to this tavern, and there you see your horses, looking a lot better than they did when they first left Briar Glen. They've been well fed, they've been groomed, they've been cleaned, they've been taken care of. They look fairly happy. Who is proficient in animal handling? Any of you?
I don't think any of us.
I got a
Nope.
+2. No.
I got a
That's-
pretty good.
I got +6.
I'm not
Proficient.
proficient.
I'm not proficient.
No proficients? No proficient? No one's proficient in animal handling?
Nope.
Okay. Never mind then. You kind of walk up, and Alastair, you hand the receipt to the stable boy. Okay. Leads you there, and he kind of takes your horses and gets them in the stirrups and attaches them to your cart, which seems to be in decent repair, if a little dusty. In the one corner, there appears to be a spider web. You guys have your cart. It's midday. It's a beautiful summer afternoon in Redwater. We've
All
spent
right.
a lot of time here, guys. Where next?
Let's leave this terrible place.
Let's find supplies and rations first, and then leave this terrible place.
I could go for a potion or two.
Right.
Whatever we do, despite the fact that we were missing and that some people might assume that we're dead or on another plane, I think we should be careful.
Does anybody really care from Redwater if we're alive or dead? Really?
I think they'd all prefer us
mean,
dead, with maybe the exception of Zane.
Fair. I was just going to say, I'm sure Zane's parents want him very much alive.
Nobody cares we're leaving. Let us
I'm
leave.
going. Alright, let's find. I guess I'll make an investigation check to see if I can figure out where. Actually, Zane, where's the best place to get rations and/or potions?
Would I know, Tanner?
Make an intelligence check. It's been 9 weeks. No.
Oh God, the town is completely different.
Yeah.
There's not a town here anymore. It moved.
It moved 4 feet to the
course.
left.
Of course, I can't copy and paste anything.
That's odd.
13.
13. You actually, you do recall a smaller store you passed by once that might fit the bill for traveling supplies. You're kind of racking your brain. You're like, what was it? Was it the pretty horse? No, it was something to do.
Yes.
It's like, what was it? It was and you're sitting there, you're snapping your fingers. With the 13, you just barely remember. You're like, Elegant Pony Caravan. And you remember that it is in city center.
All right. Well, let's head there and then get the fuck out of here.
All right. So, Zane, I assume you're leading the group. Who's driving the cart?
Not me.
I'm probably not the best choice.
I'll drive
Okay.
the cart.
All right, make an animal handling check with disadvantage, please.
Yep.
Come on, Quird. You can do it.
19.
Woo! The horses are tentative. They associate you guys with hard travel, going over a scary body of water, and now you're being associated with taking them away from a comfortable, pampered life. So getting a hold of the reins is a little difficult, but you manage it. And you're able to drive the cart into city center without much problem. Going through the scholars ward's a little strange. You get some weird looks. You get the feeling that people typically don't go through the scholars ward when they're on carts. But, well, it's not unheard of. You make your way to city center. Zane, you're able to lead the group down one of the main streets, and you come to the Elegant Pony Caravan.
Yeah, I enter.
All right.
I'll enter.
Okay.
Yep.
So walking in, I assume you're all entering into the store.
Yep.
Walking in, you're met with an interesting smell. It's sort of a mixture of like fresh dirt and fresh sawdust. It's not unpleasant, but it's very much a working smell. Going in, the store in itself is kind of an eclectic kind of mass of things. Nothing really seems to be exactly in a specific place. It just seems to be, for all intents and purposes, here, if that makes any sense. And as you walk in, a rather burly-looking human male is behind the counter. He's got what could be described as kind of a dress shirt, and it's rolled up past his elbows. He's got a thick black beard. He's got a black hair that's kind of slowly receding, but just in the front, kind of giving a thinning look to the front. He's got bright eyes, and he's got incredibly hairy arms. Like, just so hairy. He kind of looks at you all and goes, "Hi there! What can I do for you today?"
We're going on a pretty urgent journey, and we're looking for just your regular supply of rations to last for, I don't know how long, 3 weeks?
3 weeks of rations. Wow. Where are you going, if I may ask?
Where are we going? I wasn't paying attention, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I say to everyone else. I
And
just know that
outside
we're
of the horse
leaving.
cart.
You're still on the cart, Gwen?
Yeah.
Are we going to Swordbreak still, or are we going to Walden?
We are not exactly sure wherever the road takes us.
All
I
right.
just
Well,
want to be prepared.
that's two very similar journeys. Not requiring 3 weeks worth of rations, may I add. Swordbreak is about maybe a 4 to 5 day travel away. It's not too bad. How many are in your party?
I'm counting on my fingers.
The ones you see plus one more. But also, as you can see, we are rather large individuals that need large meals.
Fair enough. Well, in that case, let's say that we'll give each of you 6 days worth of rations. There's 5 of you. So that's, let's see. 6 days worth of rations. 5, that's 30 rations. So for each. Be about 15 gold pieces for all of you.
Sure, I've got that.
All right.
Pull out 15 gold pieces.
Okay, and he reaches back and he kind of has a box and he loads it up and puts it in front of you. He goes, there you go, 30 rations. I'd suggest, kind of leans in. He goes, they're a little bland. Maybe try and catch some wild game and stuff. If you're heading up Swordbreak way, go along the Jade Basin. I hear there's some really huge fish that live there.
I don't know if you want to catch them. But I do know there's some large things in that basin.
He kind of looks at you and goes, all right then. Can I get you gentlemen anything else?
You wouldn't happen to carry potions, would you? Or should we go somewhere else?
What kind of potions in particular are you looking for?
General healing?
Healing? I think I can... Before I answer, give me 1 second. He kind of goes to the back and comes in and goes, all right. He has four bottles. He has one in one hand and three in the other. And the three in his left hand are all the same. And then the one in his right hand's a little bit different. He goes, okay, so I have 3 potions of healing, as they're labeled here. And we have one, kind of squints and looks at the label. It's kind of fade, superior. I'm assuming that's superior potion of healing. These little ones here, 75 gold each. And this one here is 150 gold.
I'll take 2 of the smaller ones.
Okay, so that'll be 150 gold for those. Kind of puts them down in front of you.
I'll take that last smaller one.
Okay, that's 75 gold. Anyone want the big one?
100 gold pieces, and I'll take it.
I don't know. That's only a little bit more than the little one. Would you do 140?
I'll do 125. I'll call it even.
Persuasion check.
That's not too bad. Okay. 14.
14? Kind of goes, well, you know, you guys have spent quite a bit of money here today. I should be good for a little while. I'm completely out of potions, but that's all right. It's all right. Live in a university town. You can always get them pretty cheap from the students, you know, kind of hungry for money. So what I'm going to do for you today, since you bought the rations and you've cleared me out and you've probably put my kids through school, give it to you for 120. How's that sound?
Sure. Excellent. Thank you.
Perfect.
I appreciate it.
Just remember where you got it.
Absolutely.
And when you use it, just think about me. You know?
Would you hurry up?
I'll leave.
Oh, Christ.
Thank you, and I leave.
You're welcome.
Shake his hand and then leave as well.
All right. Zaz, are you just standing in the shop?
Yep.
He kind of looks at you and goes, you didn't purchase anything. Is there anything I can get you in particular, sir?
Aren't you sold out of rations?
Sold out of rations? No, but I believe your party has purchased enough rations for you inclusively.
Got anything cool?
That depends on...
What's your favorite thing you sell?
Make an insight check for me.
Can do.
Hey. You notice his eyes shift back and forth. He goes, pretty partial to selling the unique weapons found by, adventurers, monsters, swords, and the such. Those are unique.
Anything particular? Maybe I'd be interested in.
Sure. Kind of looks at you, and he's actually scanning you for a weapon. Zaz, if I recall, you don't have a weapon on you right now, do you?
Nope.
He's kind of looking at us. If you don't mind me asking, what do you use?
Well, I have a scimitar. Well, I had a scimitar. Currently, I mainly use my shield.
Okay, so maybe something one-handed?
One-handed probably be best.
Okay. let me go take a look. And he kind of looks at you and goes, does it need to be on brand?
On brand?
My brand.
You know, brown and green and fuzzy?
I prefer, I suppose. I don't know. I've never been asked this. This is new.
Okay. Give me 1 second. He kind of heads to the back. 1 second. Sorry, my cat's trying to eat a cord here. Hold on. Stop it. Okay. He comes back and he's got a case that's in the shape of a scimitar, and he goes, all right, now bear with me. It's a pretty average blade. It does what it needs to do, but there is an interesting thing about it. It is expensive. And he grabs a handle and he unsheaths it. And Zaz, as he does, your vision goes white for a second. And as you kind of blink and turn away, you look back, and this sword is giving off absolutely blinding light.
Okay.
He kind of puts it back and goes, whew, sorry, that's bright. We tested it one night out in the remains. It gives off a really bright aura of light in about maybe a 15-foot radius, and you can still see the rest. I know the cat. You can still see the light for another 15 feet, and when the moon's out, all of that is doubled. Yeah. So, could be yours.
Oh, come on, all I do
gold.
is talk to plants. What's taking so long?
Ignore him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's a
For
bum.
I don't know what that means. But yeah, 450 for this one.
Okay. And then just offhand, do you have anything good for armor? I need new armor.
So that's the interesting thing. We don't buy a lot of armor that comes through here. We're kind of a trading post. And typically, when someone's selling armor, it's either broken or they have something better. So just we don't tend to get a lot of it in, unfortunately.
But you have some.
We have some pieces. Nothing.
Well, fair enough. If you don't got, you don't got.
I do apologize. Perhaps another day if you do come back through.
I think I'll pass on the scimitar. My one golden friend there is all the brightness that we need.
All right. Well, if you do come back and want it, I've showed a number of people this, and it's very much a case of we don't want to attract attention to ourselves. But just remind me that we talked about this. Just tell me that we were talking about the moon-touched sword.
Gotcha.
And he kind of goes to the back and puts it back. All right. Anything else I can get for you?
Nope. And then I just leave for the door.
All right. You don't, as you're leaving, he kind of calls out and you turn. He goes, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. My apologies.
Well, you already stopped me, so might as well say it.
You, perchance, aren't part of the group that made a delivery a number of weeks ago, are you?
Not that I'm aware of. What are you looking for?
Okay. Oh, no, it's just our usual person didn't drop it off, and I'm kind of a distributor, and my supplier for this particular product just mentioned that there was an adventuring band that seemed to bring it in and give her a bit of a shakedown. So I was just curious. You don't see many many people that look like you. So,
Fair enough. And then just open the door.
all right. So you open the door. It's been a couple minutes. Querin, I assume you're
I am
still sitting in the car.
staring at him.
I'm gonna not acknowledge his stare and just kind of like summon my chair and kind of get ready to walk along with.
Okay. So begin prepping. Tell me when you're going.
We're going.
All right. And with that, after many sessions, probably almost the longest you guys have spent in one place,
Yep.
the Devil's Advocates begin to leave Redwater. I guess now we say chapter 4, don't we?
Oof. Oof.
However, if you guys actually look on the map of Redwater, and Zane, you're able to direct them in this, you see past the remains, there is a road labeled to Swordbreak. Interesting things happen as you pass through this town that you spent so much time. It takes a bit, but after you get past city center and head into the Strands, which is more of a middle-class kind of section of the city, you notice people kind of turn to their partner or their person that they're having a conversation with and start whispering and pointing. And you guys remember that you made an impression here. You were remembered. A number of them, strangely enough, aren't giving you approving looks. It's a weird dichotomy of people excited to see you and happy that you're here, and other people that look disappointed, perhaps in the fact that you're even here, or maybe even more so in the fact that you're leaving. Zaz.
Mhm.
As you pass through where the Strands meet the remains, sitting in your chair, a familiar voice fills your head. Well, where have you been?
I'm gonna kind of like slow down from the cart so that there's a bit of a distance.
Okay.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
That little favor you did for me
Uh-huh.
down in the dungeon there,
Uh-huh.
it's come to fruition. So I'd like to personally thank you.
Most people don't really use a fruit kind of analogy when they're talking about mushrooms, but you're welcome.
There's a pause. While mushrooms do have a fruiting stage, I'm just going to ignore that one.
No, really, I want to talk to a deity about mushrooms. Please, let's continue. What do you want?
Just to say thank you. And to let you know that your help will not be forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come back here.
Hold on. Why not?
When things take root, often there is a resistance, whether it be a flower pushing through the cobblestones of a street, or a brook turning into a river as it erodes the stone beneath it. What is happening currently in the peat moss and the charcoal is wonderful. And my creatures will not stop in the face of resistance.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like really slow down the chair, like a good noticeable pace.
Okay. Who has a passive perception above 13?
8.
Okay.
Mine is 13.
Has to be above 13.
Okay.
I don't know how to
Yeah.
figure that out.
It'd just be your perception,
Plus,
like your bonus.
10 plus.
Plus 10. Exactly, yeah.
Okay, no, I don't.
I've pulled my cloak down and I'm asleep.
Okay, so just Quirin. Quirin, you notice that slowing down.
Oh, for
That's
the
enough.
love of God. Hurry up back there!
But he's driving the cart.
Yeah.
He's a receptive motherfucker.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of just like wave at him, like whatever. But going back to talking to Zuck,
Yep.
I didn't really get a whole lot in this exchange, did I? I kind of really did more for you than you did for me.
Well, let's just say you're owed a favor.
Can I make one little request without using this favor?
Depends on the request.
Make sure they know my name. Whoever your resistance is, I want them to know.
Done.
Okay.
I
Will I
like
be
the
hearing from
way
you again?
Oh, yes. You still have a piece of Al on your person, do you not?
I totally forgot that I called him Al. Yes, I do.
He called himself Al.
Oh, I thought I called him.
No, he called himself Al. He came with a name, strangely, remember? It was odd.
Because I thought I named him after that one song. Call me Al.
Anywho.
Anywho.
She's like, you'll be hearing from me. And Zaz, I like how you do business.
Thank you. Till then, and I'm gonna kind of like speed up. I don't know if my chair can really get to more of a gallop than a strut.
Yeah. All right. You catch up, and at this point, you're just passing the remains. And as you look over to the burned area, and you kind of think to yourself, it's like, people don't even know what's actually under there. Make a perception check for me, please.
You got it. Perception.
With advantage, actually.
Okay.
For this particular thing.
Plus 25.
What do your elf eyes see? All right.
Isengard, those bakas.
God, I want to smack you right now.
You look over, and your eyes actually are able to pick out the statue of the Manticore. And you kind of look, you're able just to kind of zoom in. You look, and the 25.
With that optical zoom.
With that optical zoom, using Optifine, yeah. You're able actually to see a shimmer in the air. That's very familiar. Reminiscent of spores.
I'm gonna just kind of like smirk to myself and then keep on trucking it.
All right. You head further and further outside the city, and just as you finally reach the last building, Zane, a voice fills your head. will be coming for you.
I just say nothing and I look forward.
All right. So, lady and gentlemen, it's been a while. Nobody do it.
How dare you?
I know you guys, and I felt you all go, don't. It's been all right. Anywho,
It's been a while.
I know that was.
9 weeks
Where-
since you looked at me.
So, it's the middle of the day. You guys probably have another, if I was to hazard a guess, because it is summertime, essentially, you probably have another 8 hours of travel. So, we're going to do 4-hour increments for perception checks. So, who's taking the first one?
I'll go first.
All right. Go ahead and make a perception check. Let me move to the map of the entire coast because that's where you guys are now.
10.
10. 10. This is a very different road than most of the roads you guys have traveled. The road from Briar Glen to Ashbourne was more overgrown, the road less traveled, if you were. The road from Ashbourne to where Almer and the Ashen Heart docked was very much a case of a road made out of necessity. Whereas this road from Redwater to Swordbreak is well traveled, well maintained, and overall very smooth and pleasant. You find that the cart kind of works its way into pre-existing ridges in the dirt that many carts have traveled before. And you see a number, Zaz, of people going the other direction, going into Redwater.
Mm-hmm.
One of them actually kind of gives you in particular a very strange look. Just kind of, you on your chair kind of looks back and you see them kind of turn and say something to somebody. But they carry on. They don't stop.
Okay.
Also, while we're on this travel, I'm gonna read that book.
Okay, so while you're
the
reading, Mo,
magic-
just while you're reading, be aware. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You can't take any of the perception checks.
I'm aware.
Okay, yep. So you can put down 4 hours as you're reading. Is there anything else the rest of you would like to do during this 4-hour period where Zaz is just kind of looking about?
Snoring. Softly.
Okay. Yep.
Dead asleep.
Yeah, give yourself a short rest.
Yeah, I guess I'd like to do that too for the first 4.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah. Cuddle. Woo!
Short rest.
No.
It's funny, Mo, you're kind of reading your book and you hear and you're like, oh, fucking Alastair, and you turn and it's actually Zane. Just like head back, mouth open, drool down one side, still bloodstained from the puncture wounds from the creature in the Shadowfell, just
I'll give. Is there enough room in the front of the cart for 2 people or just 1 person? Like,
yes, you guys have upgraded your cart. You now have a full-size cart where 4 of you can actually fit in the cart. 2 people can sit at the front. And considering there's 5 of you, 1 of you's driving. So Quirin, you actually have a spot next to you in case you need it. Mo, Alastair, and Zane, you guys are in the back with 1 seat to spare because Zaz is on a chair.
I just kind of carefully nudge Quirin not to scare the shit out of him and just kind of nod at Zane and go back to my book. Just kind of like,
Let's point it out.
why is there an animal in our cart? Oh, okay.
Quirin, you turn back and you see this hilarity of Zane just snoring away. And meanwhile, you turn, and you look over, and just in time to see Alastair kind of curled up, looking really peaceful. He's got a little smirk, and you're just like, oh, I fucking hate him. And as you think that, Alastair just reaches up and he kind of scratches the inside of his nose and flicks it away. And just like full digging for gold for a second and flicks it away. And you just kind of turn back and you're like, and just angry. All right.
In his sleep.
So the 4 hours pass without much trouble. At this point, now it's about 5-6 o'clock. The sun isn't going down, but it is starting to get real low, big guy. And the warm, bright yellows and greens of the growing season begin to pass off to more oranges and subtle shadows. Temperature's going down as well. Who would like to take the second perception check?
I'll do it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check, Zane.
And I will continue with my book.
Add another, so that'd be 8 hours in total for today. 19. All right. You actually come, you see it for quite a distance, actually, Zane. You see what looks like a covered wagon, pulled off kind of to the side of the road. It's kind of leaning strange, and as you get closer, you notice that there's a human male, just sweating to Holy High Holiday, and it appears like his the wagon's wheel has shattered, as if it had hit a rock. And just running around the cart is two small children, a boy and a girl.
Is the cart facing towards Swordbreak or Redwater?
Towards Swordbreak, yeah.
Okay. I kind of nudge Mo and I wake up Alastair and I say, "Hey, should we stop for these guys?"
No.
I don't care, whatever. What? Sorry, what's going on? Are we fighting? I grabbed my sword.
Should we stop for these guys over there?
Well,
And I
unfortunately, I
turn
don't
Alastair's
think
chin towards the direction.
Oh, I'm sure we
don't-
could.
I don't think we have a spare wheel, Zane.
Do we not? I thought we did.
Either way, I don't care.
And they apparently Scooby-Doo's dragging your fucking cart. Ray! Devil's advocates, Ray!
Ruh-roh.
As Quirin actually begins picking up pace, and the man kind of turns and looks at you all, and he just looks defeated. And at the sound of at the reins cracking, he just kind of
Come on, these guys have children. This guy has kids.
So did many of the people that we got killed.
Wow.
Our-
Okay.
And the DM is making a note of that. Quirin is a dick. As you go by, Quirin and Zaz, you guys are wisdom based. What are your passive perceptions?
Passive perception is 16 for me.
16.
16. Both are 16?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second here. I believe I've run out of musics. Yes, I have. My apologies. 16. You both hear this as you go by. The little girl kind of goes, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy! Look, it's the men from the play."
The men
What?
from the play.
What
Little
like-
one, what do you mean?
We're going to go see a play in Swordbreak, and you guys look like the people in it. Not you. Talking to you, Alastair. You're kind of out of place.
Quirin, stop
Zane
the
kind of
cart.
hides his head and he's embarrassed.
We'll find out when we get to Swordbreak.
Goodbye. Have fun at the play.
Ray!
We'll mute you, I swear to God.
All right.
This just in, guys. Don't let Quirin leave you behind, because he will.
He will. Quirin is very much like Bono because on this trip he's going to leave with or without you. Anywho, that's right. I've got 90s rock jokes.
And they're bad.
I know. Anywho, is there anything you guys would like to accomplish during the next 4 hours? Mo, you were reading. What are the rest of you doing?
Staring boredly out the side of a cart. Just
Okay.
I'm gonna do my sleep thing.
Okay. Go ahead and make.
Does the chair know to follow the cart?
That's what I'm. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Hold on, don't I have rope? Can I just...
Yeah,
I'm
but
just curious.
it's not gonna follow exactly. Have you ever seen somebody attaching a rope to like an inner tube? It just goes fucking everywhere.
How much of a sway are you expecting to do in this carriage? Or cart?
I'm actually. Well, here's the thing: is cruise control doesn't steer it for you.
Yeah.
It's the rope. Okay, an Arcana?
Yeah, Arcana.
9.
Okay. Laster, you're staring out at stuff.
yeah.
You see Zaz meditating, and Zaz, I'm gonna give you your long rest. Don't you worry.
Mhm.
At a certain point, though, the road kind of curves to the left a little bit, and the chair keeps going straight.
This is the time to do something.
Did you say it was connected with a rope now?
Yeah, I wanted to like attach the cart to like...
So it's gonna do that like inner tube thing when following the boat when you turn in a direction. It's just gonna snap into place.
Oh no.
So for the next 4 hours, Alastair, as you're staring out, you watch as Zaz, who is aware of what's going on and just resting, has tied hempen rope to the back of the cart and to the arm of his chair. And the cart kind of curves and the chair keeps going. And just whether it's through dumb luck or Zaz is controlling it, he doesn't hit any trees. At certain points, Quirin, you look over and the chair is actually next to you. As you've got up on a hill and the chair is kind of caught pace, you go back down the hill or falls back behind. Mo, it's very hard to keep tabs on your reading. As you, on occasion, you hear Alastair and Zane kind of go, "Oh, whoa, 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 whoa," as the chair is heading for a big rock, and to your amazement, the chair expertly just like climbs over it, almost uncanny, like spider leg type, and you're like, oh no.
At
just-
one point in this
It's a bit disappointing.
adventure, I just kind of, not looking because I know where it is, pull
Right.
the horn off my side and I go, if you want to wake him, use this. And then having them deny or
No,
not need it, I'll
Honestly,
just put it
hoping he
back.
stuck into something.
No, you let me sleep. Let him sleep. Is that sleep? Do they sleep?
Make a nature check.
Just for visualization.
medicine.
That's how I imagine he's like sleeping on a chair, kind of like Piccolo.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was imagining. Yeah, the cross-legged. Just all, yeah. Yeah, make a nature check for me, Laster.
Okay. Oh, okay. Come on, be real good. Oh,
13.
13.
You do remember early on in your studies, you did get a lesson on different races of the realm type thing. You do have a general idea of things. You don't exactly remember the details, but you remember something along the lines of they don't exactly sleep, but they're not exactly awake, but they don't need as much rest as everyone else. You're not entirely sure how it
I'm
works.
assuming it was very heavy-handed to being like everything but humans are trash.
Yes. Yeah, it was. And it was very much a case of they don't need to sleep. It was kind of twisted in a darker sense, but you being aware of how things work, it's very much a case of, yeah, they don't sleep, but they're not really awake. You know, they're not like they're kind of awake. They know what's going on, and they don't do it as much. You don't fully understand the how it works, but you have the core concept. Let me roll a D100 here. Ooh, a 100.
Ooh.
All right. At a certain point, just as the sun's about to go down, Quirin, you're kind of, you know, you look over and you see Zaz, and you're like, oh man, I hope he hits something. And you look up ahead and you see a small bridge going over a lovely babbling brook.
Make sure to guide him into the brook.
Sure.
You won't hear that, right?
You would hear that, but if you want your long rest, you cannot react.
Oh no.
But just yeah, Zaz, just Zaz, you do hear everything they're saying about you right now.
Mm-hmm. Can he reply? Like, can
No.
he?
It's a
Okay,
meditative
it's a.
He is aware.
one-sided-
He can hear his surroundings, but he can't act on them.
He's like a sleeping dolphin.
All right, Zaz,
Mm-hmm.
roll a d20 and add a 3. Because your chair has a stat block, and this is an acrobatics check.
Oh. Add 3.
Add 3. It's a +3 to your chair's acrobatics.
Oh.
Okay. Zaz, you kind of hear that. You kind of open one eye slightly just to see what's going on, and you see the brook coming. It's not deep, but it would be a problem for a cart to get over. And just being in your Zen state, you're like, okay, chair, don't fail me now. And Zane and Alaster, as you two are watching the closest, to your amazement, the chair kind of like bunny hops onto one rock and then hops over to another one and then kind of hesitates for a second as it goes to hop to the third. The cart has gotten too far ahead of it and pulls it with the rope. And if Zaz could make a noise, the noise he would make would be "Wah!" As he's kind of, the whole chair is just pulled and kind of comes like landing on its feet into the bank of the brook and just pulls through the reeds and stuff. For the next maybe 5 or 6 minutes, there's just various river weeds and stuff like that attached kind of to the chair's legs, and it's kind of hobbling kind of awkwardly. It takes a little bit for it to get its balance back and catch back up. But ultimately, Zaz, you take your long rest, and at this point now, it's starting to get dark.
We should probably think about setting up camp somewhere. maybe off the road. The next place we find with a forest or a big rock or something, we should pull off the trail.
I'm gonna kind of notice as I wake up out of my trance that I'm just a little bit more wet than I expected.
Mm-hmm. You're not damp. You're actually wet. Yeah. Like splashed. Yeah. All right. So are you guys setting up camp for the night, or what is the plan here?
Oops.
Does anybody have any issues with that?
No.
Corinne, you've been
Slapping the shield with light. A little bit longer.
All right. How much longer are you pushing for?
Go 2 hours.
2 hours. All right. Everyone but Mo has dark vision, right?
And me.
Right. Goliaths don't have dark vision. Okay.
That's why I slapped my shield. I slapped my shield with light.
You have light, yes,
Yes.
but you are driving it.
Yes.
So, at this point, Mo, you kind of expecting to sleep for the night. You've closed your book and put it away, and you're like, okay, 2 more hours. You open it up and realize, I can't fucking read in the dark.
I can't read.
I can't read.
I'll just stow the book and.
Okay. So, for the next 2 hours, it is dark. Quirin, you do have a light source. Quirin, I need you to make an animal handling check with disadvantage.
Mhm.
And who would like to make a perception check?
I'm awake now, right?
You are.
If no one else wants to do it, I'll do it.
No.
Okay.
Go
12.
ahead.
12. Okay. And your perception check there is oh, could have been in that 20.
Yep. Oh well.
22. Okay. The horses aren't happy. And they push forward, but they're moving at a much slower pace than they were before. Unfortunately. Zaz, you kind of look around and it's dark. You kind of look up and strangely enough, there seems to be a bird in the sky. That's about it.
Okay. Well, last time I mentioned there was a bird over top. No one really gave a shit, so not gonna say anything.
Okay.
I
So,
absent-mindedly started carving the platinum dragon into the side of the.
Busticos.
No.
oddly enough, the symbol. You know what? That was going to go down a very bad path. Let's just.
Nice
Absolutely.
steer
Yeah.
away from that road.
Yeah, not touching that one. I'm not going for Faerun's Hitler. Anywho,
God.
Faerun Hitler. All right, Zane, what are you doing during these next 2 hours?
Kind of still resting because I didn't get to heal or anything or have a
Right.
full rest.
So during that short rest, you can use your hit die.
Oh,
if
that's
you'd like-
true.
Yeah. So if you'd like to retroactively roll those hit die, be aware that when you take a long rest, I believe you gain back hit die equaled upwards of half, if I recall. 1 second here. Yeah, so you can use the hit dice to regain.
I can use up to like my
All of
amount?
them, if you like, because you should have 8, and I think it's D8, right?
I'm gonna,
So
can
you
I
could-
use? I'm gonna use 5.
Okay, go ahead and roll 5 of them.
$26. Okay.
Okay, you can you can roll more afterwards if you like. You don't have to stop at 5.
60.
It's
Let
been
me
so
do
long
the
since I
math.
rolled it. Is hit die plus your con?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No. Is it?
1 sec here.
Plus your con?
I can't remember. It's been. So
Oh
long
yeah, no,
since I
there
rolled
it is. As the character's con. Yes,
Yep.
you do add your con.
Okay, so my con is only +3, right?
Yep, but you'll get +3 times 5, so you get 15.
26.
Yeah,
So-
I'm looking at this here, which is equal to character. Yeah, there it is. There at the very end.
Okay, never mind then. I
You
don't
good?
need to roll any more die. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, perfect.
Every hit point helps.
1 second here. Oh, that's why. I'm looking at the variant healing rule. My apologies. I'm looking at this here. I'm like, why does it say I need to use a healer kit before you can use hit die? That's what was kind of distracting me. I'm reading hit die. I'm like, that's new. I've never seen that before.
Oh no.
All right.
That's hardcore mode.
Yes, it is. That's brutal. All right. So, 2 hours pass. At this point, it's about 11 o'clock at night. What would you guys like to do?
Slow the horses
Can we-
down.
What's that? Slowing the horses down?
Yep.
All right.
I would feel much better if we found a place to take refuge for the night.
Well, from here we have darkness, and the road.
Is there any, like...
Is that you, Quern? I can't see you.
Oh my gosh.
I had to make the one proverbial. I can't see.
Staring at the giant shield that's full up of light.
Well, I assume that he's.
Pointing the shield forward, yeah.
Yeah, that it was.
Is there any place off of the trail that I would see, like, a thicket?
Make an investigation check.
Do so. Post haste. Oh god. Okay. 10.
10 was the DC. You do. This is actually not overly a wooded area. You're not quite to the woods yet. So it's mainly clear. There's the occasional tree. As you come up on the road there, to the left-hand side, there's a small, what looks like a rocky outcropping that kind of juts up a small hill. And you could tell that the top of it is a often camped spot by people going up and down this road, to the point that there's already a fire pit that looks like it was extinguished maybe, not even 3 or 4 hours ago. Maybe someone doing night travel. There's still a bit of smoke coming from it.
Quirin, pull the cart up there. We'll camp up in that shady area over there.
Shady area over there.
Sorry,
There's
I'll
not shady.
point
It's
it.
just lifted. Yeah.
Lifted area. Sorry, I don't know why I said shady.
And Quirin, you're able to lead the horses up a very, very modest incline, and it's quite the nice camping spot. The grass in kind of the main area has been eaten away or stamped by presumably a different camping party every night. This is a well-loved spot, it appears.
When we get there, hop off the cart and start making up camp. I'm assuming with bedrolls and whatever.
Yep.
Maybe start a fire.
Okay. The fire isn't hard to start. You just throw a couple logs on. You actually move some of the charcoal. And ow! You kind of burn the tip of your finger, and you realize that there's still live coals underneath. Whoever snuffed this out probably didn't do so very well intentionally, just as an act of courtesy for the next people to come along this particular trade route. And the fire goes up relatively easily, and you all pull out your bedrolls and bed down for the night.
Underneath the cart.
Underneath the cart. All right. Are you guys taking watch?
I'll take your first watch.
Okay. All right. So, Zaz, are you staying up?
Yep, but I'm not necessarily keeping watch. I'm just
Yeah, you're just awake. Okay. So, for most of this evening, just so everyone's aware, Zaz is up. So, Alastair,
Yes.
make the first perception check of the night.
14.
14. Look around, and it's a incredibly peaceful night. It's nice being out of Redwater. kind of look over to Zaz and don't really say anything, and just kind of look out over this small rocky outcropping. It's maybe lifts you 10 feet above the road. Kind of look out, and you see some kind of animal. It's too far away for you to be able to make out exactly what it is, but it seems small, and it's kind of hopping through the plains of this area. You look past that, and you can see the shimmer of the moonlight off of the Jade Basin. It's a beautiful, warm summer night, which is just suddenly shattered as a large bird comes down and snatches up whatever was just hopping around, and you can hear its wings beat with a whoosh as it goes down, and you can hear the small creature make just this horrible sound that the player is very, very familiar with.
Poor rabbit.
The avian creature kind of takes off. Is there anything you'd like to do while you and Zaz are alone? Zaz, this goes for you as well. Every time I ask that question for the next few watches, that includes you.
I'm just poking the fire.
Okay.
I think we'd communicate with a series of grunts, not actually saying words, but just like having a full conversation with grunts.
All right. Go on.
But for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
For 4 hours. Go on. This is the content. This is the content. All right.
Yeah.
Anywho, your watch passes without any interruption. Alastair, because watch was not decided upon, who do you want to wake up for your to take next watch?
Zane. Because he's snoring loudly, and I'd like to fall asleep before he starts snoring again.
Okay. Zane, you feel... how do you wake Zane up?
Gently, I bend down and just grab his shoulder and give him a little shake.
Okay, alright, up.
Watch. It's quite beautiful. It's very quiet out tonight.
Mm.
Oh, that was the first thing I've said in about 4 hours.
All right. Last you bed down for the night. Zane, make a perception check.
$19.
19. Man, is it a peaceful night. It's very strange. The last time you woke up, it was cold, it was raining. It was unhappy. Now you're waking up and it's warm. It's familiar, almost, being back on the road. You look around, kind of peering if you see any wildlife. And the 19, you actually see something circular and purple in a tree across the road.
Huh. Purple isn't really a color that comes naturally in the wild, is it, Zaz?
Not usually.
It disappears for a moment and comes back,
Huh.
like in the same spot.
Can I roll a perception?
Go ahead.
22.
22. It's purple, but you really squint, and there's a smaller yellow circle in the middle of it. And it disappears for a second, and it comes back. It's pointed right at you, disappears for a second, comes back.
I don't like it.
But as far as we know, it doesn't know we're here. So let's just keep an eye.
Yeah.
Both of you make just a general intelligence check.
Okey-doke.
Okay, one moment. $16.
16. All right. Zaz, you don't really clue into this. Zane, you're kind of watching the pattern of it disappearing and coming back. You know? It's like it's blinking.
Ooh. I can relay that information to Zaz. Kind of looks like it's blinking at us. It's looking directly at us.
Do we blink back?
Are there any rocks readily available?
Yeah, there's a couple stones.
Can I throw one at it?
Go ahead and make a... Yeah, make an attack roll. You're not proficient with improvised weapons, so just roll a d20 and add your dex modifier.
Hold on. Okay, so
Yep, just d20 plus your dex.
17.
17. What's its armor class here?
It's armor class.
You throw the stone, and it hits something, and where you're expecting to hear like a poof, or like the sound of the stone hit the tree, instead it sounds like two stones clacking together, and suddenly there's a as suddenly something with wings takes off, and the purple sphere is gone.
I look at Zaz with an expression of what the fuck.
I'm gonna just shrug and go back to poking the fire.
Okay. Zane, something pings your memory. It's familiar. You don't know why.
Okay.
All right. The rest of your watch passes without much issue. Zane, who do you wake up for next watch?
Mo.
All right.
Hmm.
Mo, you're awakened.
Get up,
All right.
poke the fire.
All right. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah. Is it still dark?
Yeah.
Alright. Disadvantage?
No, just a regular perception check. Because this can be hearing, could be smell,
Yeah.
right? Like it doesn't necessarily need to be sight.
Plus, we got a fire going.
Exactly.
21.
21. Is there anything you and Zaz wish to do during your watch?
Not really. I'll just
Okay.
watch the fire.
Okay.
Too dark to read. No night lights or
Hmm.
reading.
Well,
lamps,
there's a
so
fire.
I'll attempt to, knock off a little bit of time. Just kind of like, read it at a slower pace.
Yeah,
Much
take your time
more-
with it.
Yeah, take my time with it. Try to pay more attention to what's out there than the book. But
All right.
Cruising it a bit.
You get about an hour of reading in when you sit there for a second. You're like, you kind of look at Zaz and Zaz, did you fart? Like there is a
It's not used as
No.
something smells awful.
Zaz, you don't smell it at first. But a couple moments go by and it creeps into your nostrils too. At this point, Quirin, you get a long rest because you've been asleep for 8 consecutive hours.
Yeah.
Mo, you as well will get a long rest because you were asleep for 8 consecutive hours.
Cool.
Zane, I'll say that you get a long rest because you did sleep for a 4-hour section there. Plus the 4. I'll say that counts as a long rest.
Not that it matters, because I used my short rest dice to heal.
Yeah.
Then you get those
so
back now, so.
Yes, you get the hit dice back. Alastair, not quite. Oh, wait, no, you slept on the card as well. So, yeah, you can take a long rest as well. Just trying to think here. Yeah, you should all have a long rest with how that works out. But yeah, you guys have just this putrid smell. Like rotting meat. It's Quirin. No.
No, that'd be more of a.
Fart jokes. We got them.
Goliath men don't fart.
They poot. Anywho, they poot Lovato. But yeah, no, there's quite the odor that's filled the camp.
And we're all waking up now?
Nope.
Zaz, I think we should wake them. They've had enough rest. And there's no reason I can think of that the camp should smell like this. It smells like a cemetery.
Yeah, fair enough.
I guess we'll divide up and wake everybody else up.
All right. As you begin waking them up, you walk over to the individuals you're going to wake up. And Mo, because you rolled a 21, you kind of turn towards the tree line just in time to see a massive green figure running towards you, swinging a massive steel ball on a chain. And we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to start with initiative. Welcome back, everybody on stream. We're about to get into combat here.
There's the number.
So, let me... right, that's the name of it.
Without fail.
Okay, so higher than a 20.
21.
Ooh. All right, Mo with a 21. Higher than a 15.
19.
19.
19. Ooh, guys. Nice.
Things are gonna get easier.
Higher than a 10. Oh no. Higher. Oh no. Oh no. Higher than a 5.
DM, I got a 6. That's what I got.
Okay.
And then
I rolled a 4. I told you
us
without
did pretty
fail.
well. Some of us brought our A game, and some of us brought I don't know
game.
what to call it.
One of us is waking up from a nap.
to be fair, I was expecting a Quirin roll.
Yep.
Yeah, a 19 is really out of my comfort zone. I kind of don't know what to do right now.
Well, I've
Well,
gotta go
let's
first.
get the map going here. Tell me when everyone's in.
I have not been forced to it.
I have not been forced to it.
I clicked it. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't even have. I only have the 4 options.
How about
There it
now?
is, Yep.
There we
That's
go.
weird.
Uh,
Had to do it twice.
yeah. I'm loading in.
A tiny fat kitty. Look at
All
you,
right.
so fluffy.
All right. Can everyone see the map?
No.
Yes.
Not yet? Is it
Not
still loading for you, Zane?
Yeah.
I am in and it is dark.
Yeah, it is.
The camp. Alright, I got it.
All right. So, entering into combat.
El campe.
Mo, you are first. So, what you see
Okay,
is
just-
that. Yeah, I just made it visible. So, what you see is that running towards you, swinging a massive flail. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna run this way, try and intercept it from Zane,
Okay.
and attack it 3 times.
All right, go ahead and roll to attack.
Uh, 10, 20, 16.
The 20 hits.
Okay. That's all?
And that's, yeah.
Oof. Alright.
So that's with the projection.
Yeah. Oh, low damage roll. 6.
6. So you're caught kind of off guard as this thing comes just rolling in just with a massive and just swinging this massive flail that Mo, as you kind of come to and look at it and get your senses about you, you see that's actually attached to its arm. And you go to take a swing and you're kind of trying to dodge the swinging massive iron ball coming at you. You can only kind of get across its chest. You notice this thing is actually wearing quite a bit of armor. 6 points of damage. Let me mark that down. Anything else from you, Mo?
Scream and try and wake everybody up.
All
That's it.
right. I'll say screaming is a bonus action. Let's say that.
Alright.
It's a free action, actually. All right. And the Bruiser rolled a 20 for its initiative. So it is going to... let's see here. Are you guys within 5 feet of each other? You are. So the orc bruiser is going to actually reach its arm back and take a massive swing with its flail due to its ability massive swing. I'm going to read it to you. The bruiser can hit up to 2 medium targets or 3 smaller targets within 5 feet of each other with each flail attack. But a separate attack roll is made for each target. So I'm going to make 2 attack rolls, one for Zane, one for Mo, but this is the same attack. Okay? So, make sure I got the bonus. So on Zane, because it's coming over you first, that is a 7, which I don't think hits.
No, it doesn't.
And on Mo, that is an 18.
That hits.
8. Okay, so Mo, you're going to go ahead and take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And this particular creature has multi-attack. And I'm going to fucking do it again. Zane, that's a 15.
Sorry, cat. Yeah, that
15?
hits.
And Mo, that is a 11.
Does not hit.
Okay, so Zane, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. So this massive orc takes a huge swing with its flail and it misses you the first time, Zane, just going over you as you're kind of starting to sit up. And You feel the wind go past your head, and Mo, it kind of catches you and pushes you out of the way. And as he comes by with the backswing on another one, it catches you, Zane, right in your side. This thing is heavy and it hurts. And Mo, you're kind of spun around just in time to see another one charging straight for Alastair. It's going to take a flail attack at you, Alastair. You are prone, so 19.
Yes, that hits.
That would be 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And it's
Okay.
going to take another attack against you. That's an 8. So that obviously doesn't hit. As you turn, you see this other creature just kind of running up and just bringing the ball down right on Alastair's gut. And Alastair, you're woken up immediately. Because you're prone, and that is a large ball coming downwards, that would count as something falling.
Oh.
So you can use your armor if you so choose. I'm going to say that
Sure.
would count as falling with how that is, just because you're prone. Comes down, just you feel it. You're instantly awake. You're awake now. It comes to take a second one, and because this thing's on a chain, it's a little uncontrollable, and it kind of goes back a little too far and just lands right next to you. That is going to end their turn, I think. 1 sec here. Okay. That brings us to Zaz. Zaz, you are up. What would you like to do?
Let me just get a quick measurement. How far? Ooh, just enough. I'm gonna cast Blight.
All right. So is that a saving throw from me, or?
It is a con 14, and if he succeeds, it only does half.
Okay, so it's con of 14.
Goddamn blight for the win.
21.
Takes 20 damage.
Whew. Oof. Which one are you attacking? The one at Mo or the one at Alastair?
The one at Mo.
One at Mo. All right. 1 second here. Let me just make some marking down on my thingamawatchit. And then
Which of who's it?
my whatchamahoozits, yes. All right. Anything else from you, Zaz?
Give me 1 second.
Of course.
Look at this. Is that within 30 feet? Okay. As a bonus action, I'm going to cast Grasping Vine. Right
Okay.
about- if I can just move the guy where it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll use this guy. It's going to be... Let me just get the measurement there again. Dude. How about there? Okay. There is where I'm going to cast it.
Okay. And read me Grasping Vine, please.
Boop, boop, boop. Conjure a vine that sprouts from the ground in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. When you cast a spell, you can direct a vine to lash out at a creature within 30 feet of it that you can see. That creature succeeds on a dexterity saving throw or be pulled 20 feet directly toward the vine. Until the spell ends, you can direct the vine to lash out at the same creature or another one as a bonus action on each of your turns.
All right, give me a second here.
Nice field control.
Nice death spike.
Nice
Oh no.
this is a live stream.
Spoolie had to hold himself back.
I'm just looking something up. Okay, yep, just double checking there. All right, so it's a saving throw of
Dex 14.
Dex 14. That is a 10.
Hooray.
So he is moved. If I recall.
Yep.
Mo, you do get an attack of opportunity as it moves out of your.
Oh,
I will
no,
take that.
I'm trying to get the one by Alastair.
Oh, okay. All right, so he is moved. They have the same stats, so it's still a fail.
Mhm.
So move him where it would go.
You want me to?
Yep.
15. 20 would be pretty much on the vine. I guess that's okay.
All right. Alastair, you are prone, so you don't get an attack of opportunity for that.
Yep.
All right. So, 1 second here. I just caught myself with something. Owie, that hurt. Weird. Odd. As the last ball hits the ground beside you, Alastair, there's suddenly a sound of as you kind of turn your head, and the creature is just grabbed by this sickly kind of pale vine and pulled to the side of the campfire. Meanwhile, Mo and Zane, you look, and the creature kind of looks like he's struggling for a second, and looks like he's really concentrating. And you notice that it looks like his lips kind of dry up a little bit. As he looks like he's got a bit of cotton mouth, like the moisture was sucked out of him. Anything else from you, Zaz?
And that's it. That's all.
All right. Zane, it is your turn. You are currently prone, so we'll take half your movement speed to get back up on your feet.
Okay, half my movement speed to get back on
Yes.
my feet?
Yep.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'll do that. And then
Okay.
I can move 15 feet?
Yep.
Okay, and actually, hold on. Yeah. I want to move up next to Zaz. Maybe... No, I can't move anymore.
Unfortunately.
I want to cast Blight on the fellow that's nearest Mo.
Okay, so
Come on, puss.
double blight. All right. It's con saving. That's a natural 2. So that brings
Okay,
it
so
to
you-
6. So he fails.
Alright, so 8d8 necrotic damage.
Yeah. Jesus.
And that's not plus anything, right?
No, it's just straight 8d8.
37.
37. So Mo, you kind of watch it. You see it. His lips kind of dry. And Zane, you're kind of walking. You're backing up, and you're like, "Wait, I know what that is." You look at Zaz, and you do kind of the same hand movements that he just did. And Mo, you kind of watch this time he struggles a little bit harder, and you watch him kind of wither away just ever so slightly. Damn. 37 points of damage. Does Blight have any special effect when it kills a creature?
Da, 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 da.
Does it turn into dust?
I mean, for the most part, you're sucking out the moisture and stuff. I think.
Yeah.
Does this anything?
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
just
curious.
simply withers and dies.
Okay,
Nothing,
so
nothing really.
at this point, Mo, you watch as this once powerful creature, its muscles suddenly start to just fade away, and its eyes become sunken back and just... and it just kind of snaps in half at the weight of the ball on its arm. Double Blight will fucking kill something pretty quick. Jesus. Ooh. And just so you're aware, Zaz, had you succeeded with yours, he would have died too. So, like, Christ. All right. Anything else from you, Zane?
Nope, that's it.
All right. As you do this, you both see 2 more orcs running from the tree line. These ones not carrying a flail. These ones appear to have some kind of blade mounted on a gauntlet, kind of almost like think like what's a good example?
Like Captain
Brawler.
Hook, but not a hook.
No, they still have hands. They're like
Kind of-
gauntlets with blades.
What
trying to
what
think.
what orcs of the blade fist would look like if they
They
didn't chop
still-
off their hands?
I'm trying to think. There's something I'm seeing in my hand, but regardless, they are going to use their movement to run in this way. Both of them are. And then they're going to use their bonus action for aggressive. to move an additional half its movement speed. Getting real close to you, Alastair, and getting right up to you, Mo. The one that's next to you, Mo, is going to make 2 attacks with their gauntlets.
Okay.
The first one is a 24, and the next one is a 19.
Wait, you said 24.
24 and 19.
Yeah, I'll use shield. Shield
Okay.
won't stop the first one, but it does stop the second one.
Okay,
So,
so just one gets through. That's fine.
yeah, just one.
You take 7 points of piercing damage. You kind of look, and it looks like a punch is coming, but you see at the last moment that there's a blade pointing out over its knuckles. It just digs right into you. It pulls out and goes for a left hook, and you throw the shield up. It just kind of bounces off. It looks really fucking pissed. That is their turn. Alastair, you are up. You are still prone, so you have to movement speed to get up.
Yeah, I will use half my movement to move this way.
Okay.
And I will. I will cast Zaphan's Engulfing Eruption.
Okay.
So basically, I surround myself in white and red flames, and at the end of my turn, any creature within 10 feet of me takes 3d6 fire damage, and their DC is dexterity saving throw of 15.
Okay. So we know that. Okay. So, I guess it takes that now, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, dex saving throw, you said?
Yep. Of 15.
13.
Okay, so I suppose I will go not 3d6. Now, is that plus my spell attack? Do you remember? Recall?
No, it's just the 3d6.
All right, 13.
13 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right. So Alastair kind of runs up and just gives kind of this flex of all of his muscles and just kind of screams out into the night as fire just erupts from him in kind of just a radius of anger, as you see that the orc is completely caught off guard by this half orc running up to him and suddenly burning him with fire.
It should be both of them, actually.
That one as well, yes. Let me make a saving throw. I thought it was a little farther away. That is, that one's got a different dex. That one's a 13 too. Look at that.
Yeah, so they both fail.
They do. Look at that. This is just has Alastair's right in the middle. Anything else from you?
Nope, that ends my turn.
All right. Quirin, you finally wake up.
Crawl out from underneath. Look around. Oh, it's a flaming idiot. Blight.
Fuck.
Orc
On Alastair?
No, the Orc Bruiser.
The Orc Bruiser, all right. Actually, that's saving throw by now. 19, so it takes half damage. Do all three of you have blight?
Yep.
All right. It's burning, and it looks like it's starting to char, and the flames actually start to burn it a little bit harder as all the moisture in its skin begins to dry out, and it's so focused on you, Alastair, that it just holds on enough that it doesn't completely dry out.
Oh, wow. What was it for the saving throw? What did they roll?
19, I think.
19.
he said.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it succeeds. Yeah, 17 plus 2.
Yep.
So, actually, 20. Anywho, anything else from you, Quirin?
And then I'm going to move close to the fire. Right about there.
Okay.
That's about it.
All right. So, as all this happens, taking up the rear, you see one more orc. This one, just holding a regular broadsword, is going to come running in, using its movement, and then is going to use aggressive to move half its movement here. Get the measurement tool for 1 sec. Yep. Perfect. And is going to use its action to do a battle cry. So as it runs in, it just screams out this horrible orcish roar. And it is going to affect all 3 of the remaining orcs. It's essentially bless.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a momentary bless. That is going to end its turn. Top of the round, Mo, you are up. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna turn to Mr. Battleborn.
Yep.
And pump 3 attacks into him.
All right.
I assume those all hit. 18, 26, 19, and 25.
None of them hit. No, I'm fucking with you.
You should have seen my face.
Yeah. No, they all hit. Yeah. So go ahead and roll your damage there.
$23 points of damage.
It's looking pretty bad. As you kind of come in and it's looking at you angrily, Mo, and it's going to swing. You swing. You just start hacking away, and you're catching pieces of its armor, but they're not holding up against your blades. As you just kind of go into a frenzy and just start hacking away at it. Anything else from you?
That's it.
All right. It's now the Bruiser's turn. Oh, that's why. The Bruiser does it make the saving throw at the start of each of his turns, Alastair? Or is it just consistent while it's in range of you?
I think it has to make. I think I'll have to edit the spell a little bit, but whatever you think, as you're the DM until we change it.
Well, it's already in there, so I'm going to say that it does, and it consistently takes it. So start of this turn, go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. Okay. 9.
9 points of damage. Ooh. All right. So it flaming looks at you, Alastair, just absolutely pissed, and is going to make 2 flail attacks at you. So the first one, 19.
Hits.
Okay, and the second one is a natural 20.
Hits.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll 2 concentration checks.
Yes. So the first one, so take 14 points of damage.
I failed the second one. Actually, I failed the first one too.
All right, so the spell fades. And then the second one, so you take 14, and then you take 23 points of bludgeoning damage. As it's just angry, and it just reaches back and it just kind of swings it above its head and catches you both times in the side of your temple, actually with this massive flail. It's then going to use Brute as its bonus action and make another attack against you. 18.
Hits.
And that would be 13 points of damage.
I'm looking very, very, very bad.
Right. So it swings it twice, and kong, your bell gets rung, the spell fades. You get it again, you're starting to see stars from the second one, you're kind of wavering, and you see it just really reach deep and just come back for a third one, and it catches you like right in the ribs underneath your left arm. It's gonna end its turn because the other one is dead. Zaz, you are up. What would you like to do?
Hey.
Find fungal friend.
So I'm going to cast Spike Growth on the center spot there where I had the plant, like the little like tendrily bit come out.
On the bruiser there?
Yeah, it's gonna start there, and it's gonna be a 20-foot radius centered on that point.
Okay.
That area becomes difficult terrain for the duration. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels.
Ooh. And that's 20-foot radius?
20-foot radius.
Okay, so that's that there.
Cool. As my bonus action, I'm going to pull the Orc Chieftain over. In my own little game of Red Rover.
Okay. So, whereabouts is he going? Move him for me.
Right back there, right there to the center spot. It's gonna unfortunately be like right there beside. Yep.
Okay, right there. All right, excellent. All right, and sorry, read me the spell again. Just give me the quick like Italian run of it. The spike.
When the creature moves into a within.
No, sorry. The Italian run these days would be when the.
When the creature moves.
Yeah, no, just read it quickly for me. All right.
When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels.
Right. Okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't just 2d4 flat. I missed that last part. So that would be. Get that measurement tool. Let's say 15 feet. Does that sound good?
I think it was the full 20, wasn't it?
Well, because with the measurement tool, it'll include the square it was initially on, right? So I'm seeing 15 because it moved the 3 squares within the radius. Does that make sense?
I getcha.
Can you see the radius on the?
Yeah, we can see that.
Yeah. You can see it? Excellent. Okay. I've been playing around with that tool, so I'm new to it. You know what? If you pull them there, yeah. I'll give you the so it's 2d4 for each, so it'd be 8d4.
Yep.
All right.
Would Alastair be able to get attack of opportunity from that too?
No, because he's moving into Alastair's movement range, not out of Alastair's movement range.
Okay.
So roll that big old that big dick damage.
Real quick too. Any creature, the transformation of the ground is camouflaged to look natural. Any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast must make a Wisdom Perception saving throw. Never mind, everyone saw me cast it, so it's all good.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's difficult terrain.
Okay. So Quirin, Alastair, and Mo, your movement speed will be halved.
Yep.
That's okay. They're all.
And we also take the damage, correct?
Yep. So you guys shouldn't move. Well, maybe Quirin, you might want to chance it just because you're really only have like the one spot to move, so it's a one chance.
Yep. Just stepping away from it.
All right. So, what did you roll for damage on that?
Oh, I didn't roll for that.
Well, I'm anxious for this damage here.
Poor Alastair's in the middle of an orc.
23.
bukkake.
23 damage. Oof. So, what you guys see is essentially this bramble begin kind of curling out of the ground. But it's unlike any bramble you've ever seen. It's this sickly, almost pinkish red that has just a fungal rot smell about it. And as the orcs are kind of confused and the rest of you kind of look as this grows, suddenly there's the sound that I love so very much of as the orc warlord is just pulled in, and you just hear as it's pulled through this bramble, and it does a fair amount of damage. It's like falling into a cage of barbed wire. Anything else from you, Zaz?
Hi, Puss. Come on up.
I'm gonna shout to my allies, "Don't move."
Okay, I'll say that's a free action. Yeah. All right. Zane, you are up. What would you like to do, my dear friend?
Okay, well, I can't see that well because my mouse decided to crap out, and that was
Oh.
my zoom.
You should be able to use the plus and minus on your keyboard for Zoom.
Let's see. Yep, we got him.
All right.
Okay, I guess I want to cast Eldritch Blast at, like, the closest guy to me. The Battleborn?
The Battleborn there that's engaged with Mo?
Yes.
All right, so go ahead and make your 2 attacks.
I don't risk
6.
hitting Mo, do I?
No. This is a straight line shot. So yeah, be 1d20 plus 6 2 times.
No, plus 7?
Yes, plus 7. Sorry, my apologies.
Sorry, 1d20 plus 7?
Yeah.
For
And you roll
each?
that. Yeah, you roll that twice. One
Okay,
for
here's
each.
1. Ooh! Natural 20.
Okay.
And 25.
All right. So both hit.
One of them's awesome, though.
Yeah. So one of them is awesome. So what you're gonna do then is you're gonna roll 3d10 plus 12. Is how that will work.
23. Oh,
23.
One and a 2. A 1 and a 2? Really?
Oof.
Ugh.
Oof.
Big oof.
So you watch as all this bramble comes up, and as it's rising up, and as the Battleborn is confused, you take your opportunity, Zane, and give a shot off, which catches the orc like right under the chin, and just and it turns back, and it looks like you've dislocated its jaw, and it's just kind of hanging there. And you shoot it again, trying to get in the same spot. You just catch it in the eye. It's like it's giving you the hand gesture of like, really, dude? As you got it just with that one. Anything else from you, Zane?
No, I think that's it.
All right. So, Battleborn. Let me just check here its intelligence. Oh, fuck. All right. It is going to try to wade its way to Zane, moving 10 feet. So it'll take damage for you, Zaz.
Opportunity attack.
Yes, you will get the opportunity attack.
All right.
So Zaz, you can make that.
10 damage.
Mo, 10 damage. And Mo, you can go ahead and make that attack.
21.
21 hits. 8. All right, so so as it's angrily trying to get to Zane, you catch it in its back, and and Zane, you're kind of standing like, oh no, as this creature's coming towards you. As it's going through the bramble, eventually you see one catch its jugular and just slice right across its throat. As you watch as it tries to scramble to stop, and it just falls into the bramble and dies just like right in front of you with its clawed gauntlet just hanging out. The other one, because they're real stupid, is going to take a move into Alastair. It'll take its damage. From you there, Zaz.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. You got a lot of dice to roll with this thing. Jeez.
I know. How many
Man.
feet?
Just 5. It just took it just moved towards Alastair there.
So that's
2d4? 2d4.
Oh, only 5 feet. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Not 5
Relation.
squares, 5 feet.
Yeah. 4 damage.
4 points of damage. All right. It kind of goes through. It's got little thorns kind of digging into it. It looks uncomfortable. It is going to take its multi-attack to attack you twice, Alastair. That is a 13,
Miss.
and that is a 17.
Hits.
All right. So the first strike gets caught up in the bramble, and you watch as it kind of cuts its arm a little bit, and it goes to make a swing, and it just kind of catches you in the back and does 6 points of piercing damage.
I am unconscious.
All right, so let me put a mark on you there. Let's do the save. All right, unconscious. That is going to end its turn. Alastair, it's your turn.
Death saving throw.
You are a half orc.
Oh yeah, 1 health.
Yeah. All right, so you come back with 1 health. So you you fall on the ground. You just sit there and you look up at the orcs. You're like, not today. You get back up. Alastair's looking fucking brutal. Remind me of that racial ability. Is it the start of your turn? Or is it the end?
Let me take a look at my racial abilities.
Yeah, I think it's at the start, just to be sure.
It just says when you reduce to 0 hit points but not killed, you can drop to 1 HP instead once per long rest.
Okay, so you would have dropped at the end of its, like, after its attack?
Yeah.
So you have your turn.
Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty, I am going to use lay on hands on myself and
Just rubbing yourself sensually.
essentially in the name of the Lord, Platinum Dragon.
Plus-
30 hit points.
All right.
Sorry, I'll mute myself.
What the hell? And that would be my turn.
All right.
I can't really do anything with bonus action.
So you watch as Alastair just barely holds on, and he kind of brings his fist to his chest and concentrates for a second. You watch kind of radiant light come out from the smaller cuts on his body, and they slowly begin to heal. Quirin, you're up. What would you like to do,
Casting
my large friend?
Spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon. Let me get that mini out for you. Mini, what am I talking about?
Sick.
Put it where you'd like it.
Captain. By the bruiser. Alrighty. And then I'm gonna hit it. Right.
All right. So go ahead and make an attack roll.
Aww.
What did you roll?
Or 11.
11 does not hit. So you watch as it comes up to the bruiser and just kind of comes against a particularly stiff part of its armor. Just, as it kind of looks over at it and looks up at you. If Quirin had to go to the bathroom, he doesn't anymore.
Yep, I'm gonna back away.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. It's now the captain's turn. The captain is... what do I want the captain to do? Captain is going to see Alastair is looking weak and is flanked by 2 enemies. Is going to turn and is going to come to you, Mo. It's going to take its damage from Zaz's bramble.
That was 2 squares, right?
Yes, 2 squares.
11.
11. All right. So the first attack against you, Mo, is a natural 20.
All right.
And the second attack against you is a natural 20.
Oof.
I'm going to cancel one of those.
Yeah, that's probably a good choice. Sorry, I've never... It's very rare that you get back-to-back natural 20s. All right. So, you'll cancel the first one?
Sure.
I take it?
Yep.
Okay. So, you take Mo. Sorry, buddy. From the first one, you take 13 points of slashing damage.
All right.
And from the natural 20, you take 26 points of slashing damage.
So 13 and 26.
26.
39 total.
Yeah. And then it is going to use its bonus action. Yeah, it's going to use its bonus action Brute to make another attack against you, Mo. 18.
That hits.
All right, and that one is 10 points of slashing damage.
Woo-wee.
And that is going to end its turn. Luckily, Mo, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Just let me look. Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to use Second Wind.
Okay, to give yourself an additional action, or
No,
no, that's action surge. Second one, yes, of course.
Hit points. So I'll just
Yep.
roll that quickly.
Yep.
So that's I get 11 dice. Let me add this before
We all saw that.
I'm a
And then
dumbass.
I'll make my my 2 attacks.
Sorry, you caught me kind of trying to stifle a cough there.
12 and 16.
That's against the orc captain?
Yeah.
No.
All right.
just no. You go and you swing, and you look, and as you do, you hear a clang, clang, and you realize this one is wearing some pretty nice armor. Plate armor, not orcish.
Big whoops. All right.
Okay.
That's it.
It's the Bruiser's turn. The Bruiser is going to use its bonus action to use Healing Rage to heal off some of that hurty right there, and is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move, yeah. So it takes it moved 4 squares through the bramble, so it'll be 8d4 from Uzaz.
Gotcha. 16. That's a lot of ones.
Wow.
That's unfortunate. What makes kind of sense with this fucker? As he just kind of queer, and you're like, okay, at least this bramble. It just kind of looks at you angrily and just like, have you ever seen that video of the guy who gets tasered and he's like, I'm gonna get you, bitch?
Yep.
That. He's just going through and it's cutting him. He's not even flinching. He's just like stomping towards you, not even running. He's just walking towards you angrily, and you're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. It's going to take its attack against you.
Okay.
Multi-attack. The first one is I don't think that hits, actually. That one's a 15.
Doesn't hit.
That one's a 7.
Doesn't hit.
So it takes a big swing. You're like, oh shit, and you dodge it. You take another one. You hold up your shield. It kind of bounces off. It's going to use Brute and make another attack against you because it's fucking angry. There it is. That's a 20.
That hits.
All right. That is 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
As it takes the first swing, the second swing, and you're like, oh, and you lower the shield, and you just in time to see, like, almost cartoonish like the metal flail coming right for your face. You're like, oh fuck. Kong! As it hits you, like, right on the bridge of your nose. Your nose is now bleeding pretty bad. Yeah. That is going to end its turn. Zez, you are up. Just a question for you.
Shoot.
Is the spell on the field right now, is it concentration?
Come on, Puss.
My
Come on,
current?
Puss.
Yes.
Go.
Which one? Because I currently have 2.
Well, the I forget what it's called. The bramble, because I looked up the other one. Because its name is escaping me.
Spike growth. Concentration.
Spike growth, yes. It is concentration. Okay. So just be conscious of that.
Yep. I am going to move ba, and then 2 more over ba. As my bonus action, I'm going to pull the Orc Bruiser back to pretty much where he was. Wasn't he over
damage? Yes, he was over there. My apologies.
Yep. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. $22.
He's pulled back in and goes across all these brambles. You just hear, Alastair, as he comes in front of you, it looks like he's barely clinging to life. Like his eye is like swollen shut and like his mouth is bleeding and he's like breathing incredibly heavily and there's just cuts all over his body. He's really rough.
And
like he couldn't be any rougher.
I'm gonna try and cast the cantrip Thorn Whip at the Orc Captain just ahead of me there.
Okay, so 1 second here. Okay, yep. Go ahead with that one.
Does a 19 hit?
The Orc Captain?
Yep.
19 just hits.
Hooray. I'm gonna roll my damage, 2d6. It also pulls him 10 squares towards me, which is him moving. Up. Thank you.
Yep.
Total damage, 13.
All right. It's
Man,
looking pretty
drugs
bad.
coming in clutch.
All right. Anything else from you, Zaz?
Let me just double check.
Ooh.
Nah, he's probably not close to death. Nah, I'm okay.
All right. Zane, you are up. What would you like to do?
Zane wants to move 15 feet this way,
Okay.
and he wants to start firing Eldritch Blasts at the Orc Captain.
All right. It was armor class.
Yeah,
So-
I know.
Yep. 1d20 plus 7. Do it twice.
First. Ah!
Nope.
Second. 20. So
20
that hits,
hits.
right?
So the first one, you're running backwards and you trip on a rock, and as you're falling backwards, your Eldritch Blast goes like straight up in the air. And it looks kind of like a beacon, like just lights up the night sky. And as you're
Like
falling,
a flare.
like a flare, just in the air. And as you're looking up, you're like in like slow motion, you're like no, and you kind of shoot as you hit the ground, and you catch him. Fuck it, you catch him right in the dick. Go ahead and roll
dick
damage.
shot.
1d10 plus 6?
Yeah,
11.
11. So I shouldn't have told you it was a dick shot. So as you fall and hit the you blast him, and there's just this moment where Zaz is like, "I'm gonna fucking get you, motherfucker," and the captain's looking just angry at him, and all of a sudden there's just a and the Orc Captain, Zaz, you and the Orc Captain's eyes meet, and you both look down simultaneously to see that his pelvis has just been shot like right through as he just kind of falls back into the bramble, and you just gotta look over, and there's Zane like on his back, just like looking like a fucking dumbass, like, hi. Yeah, because he's fucking dead. Like he only had like 3 hit points left. Like I really shouldn't have said it was a dick shot. That was on me. That's on me. Anything else from you, Zane?
Nope, that's it.
All right, it's now the Battleborn's turn, and it's going to take both of its attacks at you, Alastair.
Yep.
That's a 10 and a 15.
Neither hit.
Yeah, it just kind of goes and swings, both going wide and getting caught up in the bramble. It's gonna end its turn there. Alastair, you're up. What would you like to do?
I'm. Alright, second time's a charm, and I'm going to cast Zaphan's Engulfing Eruption once again.
Okay.
So I will burst into flames again, and both of these orcs need to make DC 15 dex saves.
Okay. The Battleborn actually succeeds.
Okay, so he takes half damage.
Yep. Right.
So he'll take 7 damage.
Okay.
And do you want me to roll again for the other one?
No, he's done.
Oh.
He's just in flames.
Like the band.
Yeah.
So and then I'll kind of guard myself against whoever's not dead.
Okay. Alastair,
Yes.
as you say, second time's a charm, and you shoot these flames out. What are you standing in?
I'm currently standing in a big thorn patch.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Maybe so.
I'm so happy I stepped away.
The tank says, big nope.
Mo, you kind of look over, you see it last year doing it, you're like, no. And there's just as the entirety of the bramble just kind of starts to slowly start to smoke. Zaz, can I get you just to make a Constitution saving throw? I'm going to have the bramble use your stats here.
My con?
Your con. Because it's trying to resist being burnt.
Oh, my saving throw for con.
Yes.
11.
11. Okay, succeeds. So as you do, you're like, oh shit! And you look down and you notice that it's burned off the kind of moist fungus on top. But the bramble underneath now is looking kind of dry, but it didn't catch. You're fucking lucky, because that would have been real bad. Yeah, so the bruiser is just dead. Alastair, anything else from you?
Nope. I'm going to stare at it ominously, covered in flames.
All right. Quirn, you're up. What would you like to do?
One of these days, he's going to kill us all. I'm gonna move that over there and attack.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
That's no. Wrong window. 27.
Yeah?
Then
10 points of damage. So, kind of like the world's holiest weed whacker. The spiritual weapon flies to the bramble, and you see dried parts of it just kind of flying off. As now there's this odd, completely flat section of it at the top as it comes and it strikes right into the arm of the creature, the orc holding up its gauntlet, and it digs in pretty fucking deep. Anything else from you, Quirn?
And then, as my action, Sacred Flame. Dex save 17.
Natural 1.
Evil. 19.
So he's fucking dead too now. Yeah, with that, the orc band just kind of falls and just kind of crumples. One's kind of broken in half, the other one's charred to a crisp. One's just kind of stuck in the vine, in the bramble, like someone who didn't make it through a barbed wire course. One has his dick blown off. You guys made pretty good work of this band. At this point, the sun is just beginning to rise.
I'm gonna dismiss my spells, and I'm gonna
Right.
start looting.
I'm gonna
All right.
go through them.
I'm gonna start a
Bleeding
prayer of healing.
profusely on them.
Okay.
So, investigation?
Yep, so go ahead and, depending on who you roll. So,
Can I investigate too?
yep, you can all each investigate one of them. Let's say that.
I'm going to spend the rest
Well,
of the
apparently
minute
not.
that the spell lasts just kind of like heaving, just standing there, breathing heavily, looking angry.
Investigate.
Those are some bad rolls.
Yes, it is. Wow. Am I the highest?
Okay, so Jesus Christ. Okay, Quirin.
I'm going for the orc bruiser that hit me.
Okay. Huh. Okay, so you you go for it, and it's got quite a bit of armor on. You've fought orcs before. These ones look better provisioned than those orcs from the first time you met everyone here. The armor seems in better repair. It's got very heavy studded leather armor on, and its flail seems to be kind of chained into its wristband with its massive ball. You're able to find what looks like a day's worth of rations, but orcish rations. You find like a day's worth of like dried blood sausage and potato bread, just very brutal foods, as well as roll a d10 for the special stuff. You find a small package wrapped up in almost like a leather envelope, and opening it up, there is a collection. Make a nature check with disadvantage. Actually, you. Because you're probably the one person that would have to make this check for this stuff.
$15.
15. You've heard of chilies before? There is a collection of about 6 of them. And they smell hot. Like spicy.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
The rest of you don't
Back
find
up
shit.
And stuff
Yeah.
it in a pocket.
Okay. Incredibly spicy chilies. All right. What are you guys doing?
Probably time we hit the road. As soon as the warband, the scouting party doesn't come back, they'll probably come looking.
Yeah, let's go.
And I'll just walk over to the cart and start getting horses ready and stuff like
Okay.
that.
Cart's about right here. Rest of you are going to the cart?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Okay.
pull the corpses off to the side.
Okay. Whereabouts are you putting them?
Below the tree to our southwest.
Okay. Put them all there.
What do I imagine that you're gonna make them look like they're having a dead orgy?
No, they're gonna be laid out like hand in hand.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Holding hands.
Yep.
All right.
Good way to go, I suppose.
Looks
Rest
like
of
they
you are-
partook in a suicide pact.
Oh.
They drank the Kool-Aid.
and one guy doesn't have a pelvis anymore.
Yeah, one guy doesn't have a pelvis anymore. Zaz, 27 to hit.
Hits.
26 to hit.
Also hits.
As suddenly you're hit in the back with 2 powerful bolts of energy. I need you to take doing some math in my head.
Was that an elemental damage?
No,
Oh.
it was not. Yeah, you take sorry, you caught me off guard there. 20 points of force damage.
Mhm.
As Zane in particular, a chill goes up your spine. Turning around, the orc captain has got back up. And Mo, the Raven Queen's projection is vibrating heavily.
Quite pleasurably.
Like a lot.
Why it's
I'm
frozen.
dead!
Like, boy, you'd get a kick out of this if we weren't fighting an undead orc.
Yeah. As you both all turn and look, its eyes are actually glowing a pinkish purple glow. The rest of you see this as an undead orc. Zane, because you're his target and his charge. You don't know why, but you know this is Malvain.
What?
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
What?
What?
Something tells me you don't know what a revenant is. Don't kill my fucking warlock.
Should have rolled better than DM.
Oh no, I'm gonna fucking do it again. All right, so we'll be back next Sunday to deal with that.
Holy shit. Okay.
All right, well, with that, we're gonna sign off for the night. Hope all of you enjoy your week. As winter here, at least where I am, is starting to head off.
No, we're on
Spring.
we're on third winter here.
They just got another half winter after this.
Oh, jeez. Alrighty. Well, as always, thanks for sticking with us, and bon nuit.
Bon nuit.
Bon nuit.
Bon nuit.
Burn knee.
Sanders?
Sanders.